have this ribbon here. How could you describe this ribbon? What would be some descriptive terms you might use for it? Length, right? So what could you say about the length of this? It's pretty long, right? It's long. So length is another example of a physical property. Yeah, so what we're doing is we're just building kind of a description of this physical substance, what it is. You know, if we're presented with matter all around us in the world, the first thing as scientists that we can do is just make some observations. And lesson number 4 is a lesson that introduces physical properties and physical change. We focus more on physical properties than on physical change. I give them a task to identify substances based on their physical properties. So they don't know what something is, but they have a list of properties describing something.
Wood is lightweight for its size. You can have a big, long piece of wood, but it's actually very light. Depends on what kind. Right.
But driftwood.
Driftwood, yeah.
It's very light for its size.
Yeah, it would float, but would it melt? Would it shrink?
I think it has to be microwave safe. In other words, if you put regular styrofoam in, maybe it does. Oh yeah, the microwave cup. If you put a cup in there, it does shrink.
One thing that I thought was really important in this lesson set was to have students participate in the process of science. So that was making a lot of observations, asking a lot of questions, trying to discuss and figure out, reason through why something might be the way it is, and try to kind of assemble some of the elements of things for themselves rather than me just dispatching that knowledge to them. So now what we're going to do, now that you've guessed what the materials were and we looked at what the tests were that performed, we have some mystery substances over here on these 2 tables.
These are our tables. Sorry.
One activity we did during the physical properties lesson is identify mystery substances. I give them 3 white liquids and tell them that one is lotion, one is soap, and one is hair conditioner. And they have to figure out which is which.
Are we supposed to be writing our observations?
Yeah, so
Our test, so what did we do for number 2 to make sure?
I don't know though, man.
does it absorb?
We rubbed it on our skin.
This is hard. One rubs in too, but I feel like the smell is
I don't
different.
know.
And
One
we
seemed
smelled
like the
it.
conditioner.
I think maybe let's try the water thing, see if it suds up.
That's yeah. All right, who's got some water?
When they explored the mystery substances and had to use what they knew about physical properties to try to figure out if the substance was lotion or soap or hair conditioner, they have to participate in science.
But is it? It's not like tacky.
You know what? Almost,
It's
it almost
like-
tastes. It feels like lotion.
It does feel like lotiony. It doesn't, but it then.
Which one is that? Number 1? Yeah.
I think one. So just by the honestly, just by the smell, texture is very similar to 2. And it absorbed right.
Test with number.
Making observations, asking questions, talking through and reasoning through things, and thinking about what kind of tests they might have to perform on something. Those were my sort of 4 steps that I wanted them to participate in throughout the curriculum to be scientists themselves. So just in terms of the smell, what did that, because a lot of people use odor or smell, right? So did that help you?
Number 3, it seemed clearly that was like the soap. It still
Okay.
smelled like soap.
It smelled like soap.
hotel soap.
Yeah. Hotel soap. Yeah, okay, great. And what about with the other 2?
I thought 2 smelled like lotion.
2 smelled like lotion to you?
The hotel lotion.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a nice floral, type. Where the other 2 did not have that. Something that you'd want to,
Yeah. So you're using your past experiences to observe something and apply them to what it is. So besides odor, what are the other qualities that you looked at?
We looked at one of the things we looked at absorbency, like the difference between 1 and 2. So
Yeah,
one
absorbency.
We did a swatch test or a skin test.
Yeah.
So it didn't absorb. Number 1 didn't absorb, and number 2 did
Uh-huh.
absorb into the skin, and that's how we determined the difference between the lotion and the conditioner.
Great. Did everybody hear that? Yeah, so that's a great test to do. Yes.
So what we did is, Leslie said we need to test all of them. So the conditioner did foam up.
It
But
did.
then we did the soap,
And it was better.
and it was more sudsy.
More
More
sudsy.
bubbly.
More bubbly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great.
Technical terms.
Okay. So level of sudsability.
Yeah, and also understand all the same tests?
Yeah.
We did all the same tests on all three.
You did? Okay, great. Very scientific.
Yes.
Kate was very scientific.
Leslie?
So Kate reminded me, and this is absolutely true. So with students, this can get a little chaotic. So you have to be more specific about the steps. Take them through a little bit more slowly. Maybe write up the steps on the board, or give to them, especially if you're in an ESL classroom.